Back to the Morning Blend. Cancer, it claims many lives and affects just about everyone directly or indirectly in some way.
That's right, and although the search is still on for an ultimate cure, a huge stride in finding one has been released. Producer Micah has more.
It's a huge boost in the effort to fast-track a cure for cancer and other diseases. Today, Ambry Genetics launched the world's largest human genome database. And here with more on how this will potentially transform medical research is founder, CEO, and stage 4 cancer survivor. That's Charlie Dunlop. Also with us is Aaron Elliott, Chief Scientific Officer. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Morning.
Now, this could help pave the way to helping families all across the world who've been affected by cancer. Why did you decide to do this?
Well, I'd like to think that I would have done this even if it wasn't for having stage 4 cancer always on my mind and worrying about my daughter and if I have passed this gene on to her or not, which I don't know. But our mission at Ambry isn't just cancer. It's to find whatever gene is associated to all diseases. And today we're freeing up our data to speed that up. Right now there's a trend in our industry, we're a genetic testing laboratory, to sequence the exomes or genomes or even cancer panels of large numbers of genes. And so in this way of collating large patient samples, we can start to determine statistically which gene is associated to what disease. And this is how the industry does it. And what happens is people collate this data and they sell it to the highest bidder to try to make money. And that's kind of, we sort of had an epiphany that, collaboration is always the best way in science. You never know where innovation is going to come from, especially in the pharmaceutical industry, which is kind of a crapshoot to develop them. So we just decided to do this. I'd rather have 9,000 companies working on a cure rather than one walking towards it.
And we're all in search for those new cures and treatments, and with it, we're already going to see new data, would you say, today than what you knew yesterday?
So the data we released yesterday was 10,000 genomes, and we went online and looked to see how many breast and ovarian cancer specific exomes or genomes had ever been sequenced and released into the public database, and the number was 200 that we could find. And so we compared this against the 65,000 reference sequences, which are healthy population, and we found the statistical differences in those populations and released it. It's an enormous data dump and step forward for the industry. And we did this not only in not exploring the economics of selling this data, but we spent our own money on the side to do these exomes and genomes and release this data. So we're very proud of ourselves for this one.
Aaron, what's your take on this as this new system, as all of this information gets put out there? It's basically going to be incredible on what we can see potentially soon.
Right. I mean, for this data release, this was really a pilot project to show the power of what we can do with high sample numbers and sharing with the public. So this was hereditary breast and ovarian cancer, and we've more than 10-fold found the number of genes implicated in these diseases just on this one data release. So this is going to open up new diagnostic targets to test for to determine if people are more susceptible to developing these types of cancers. And it's also going to develop new drug targets to help treat individuals that have these cancers. So it's just an enormous data release and an enormous benefit for healthcare in general.
And so many people affected by cancer and other diseases. I know, Charlie, you went through it yourself with your journey. So if we want to learn more about this, where can we go for more information about this?
There's the www.ambryshare.com website that we developed to give this data away. And after a simple registration process, you can go ahead and take a look at the data.
All right, guys, thank you so much for sharing these details. We're glad we're able to take some time out this morning and talk about this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, thank you. For more information about their decision that could translate into saving more lives sooner, all you have to do is just head to the website that's right there on your screen. This will also be on VegasMorningBlend.com. Sean, over to you.
Micah, thank you so much. Great news as far as the cancer is concerned. Before we continue, I want to make sure I get this out. I got an email from a listener or a viewer yesterday that wanted to mention this. Specialist Nick Williams fought for our country, and he lost his hand.
Oh.
And they are trying to get a prosthetic for him. So here's the event that's happening on the 12th. Yes, local. It's happening tomorrow, 6 to 10 o'clock, happening at Pete Rose Bar and Grill. There's a fundraiser that's happening over there, so make sure you go and help out a great cause.
Support. Thank you, Sean, for sharing that.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
Thank you, the listener, viewer,
for tuning in.
Yeah.